Hello again, here we are, and this is the panel I was working on last time, standing up on the bench. As you can see, I fitted both panels together now. This is the door panel and the hinge reinforcing panel, which has been spot welded together. Up here, there's a couple of rows of spot welds, and down there, and as you can see, it fits nicely together. So it's all been primed and ready to go on the car. I will probably put some top coat paint, not necessarily the colour of the car, just to give it a bit more protection. I was asked if I had the closure panel, which is this panel here. So obviously I have. Now the closure panel fits in behind the door panel and the reinforced panel. It fits here where my hand is and goes down. It goes down to about here, and this line you can see here is with the spot welds. That's the edge of this closure panel, which I sliced off there and goes to there. And then when it comes up to the top, it actually attaches here on this edge. So the panel fits like that. It's going to be welded to the windscreen panel there, and then fitted down and welded onto the sill at the bottom, and obviously it's welded to the flitch panel up there and up there. I haven't cut that edge off there, this edge I mean, because this flitch panel is coming off, so there's no point in taking this off just to clean it up since it's coming off. So my next project, I suppose I could fit this panel in, but it's not going to add a lot of strength because it's only going to be tacked here, and this won't be there. I can't fix it to this because this won't be there, so it can only be attached here at the top and here at the back, because obviously everything in between is either not there or won't be there to fit it to. So it's not going to add a lot of strength. So unfortunately, I don't see any point of putting it on yet. So the next decision I have to make is, do I fit a floor pan to the side of the car, which is here, which as you can see is a Magnum panel, and I have heard good things and very bad things about Magnum panels, so I'm not entirely sure, but it looks acceptable. It's reasonably thick quality steel, and the paint on it, as they say, isn't very good, but that's not a problem. We can get stripped back the bare metal and treated, undercoated, rust proofed and painted, so I don't see any real problem because it's quite thick. It's not the tissue paper. The only problem is, I suppose, is will it fit? So that's plan A, or plan B will be to take the wing off, which will then allow me to take this inner wing off. The original intention was to fit this flitch panel, repair panel, which would fit here, but the only problem with this type of panel, it doesn't actually go to the top and seal around the top. so it would mean I would have to make up something to fit, but I was quite prepared to do that until when we got it in this position, and I looked under the wing, and there we have a nice hole which is right next to the jacking point. And I know that these jacking points are notorious that when you take them off there's a hole behind because it's like double or triple skinned. So I'm thinking that quite possibly once I take this jacking point off there's going to be a hole behind there, or a weakness if it's not all the way through. So I think I've come to the conclusion that I will change the inner wing. So if I change the inner wing, it goes from the front all the way through to here and actually fits onto the reinforcing panel for the door hinge, and it actually bolts as this one would bolt here like that, but the inner wing bolts there, and these holes, so they can't because of where it is, but these holes will line up, and it actually bolts onto this, which lines everything up. But I'm not sure at this moment is which way to go, because if I take this inner wing off, or the outer wing's going to have to come off, then the inner wing comes off. It's taken a lot of metal off the front of the car, and at this moment in time, as you can see down here, I've actually got it braced onto this panel here. Not that that's a problem, I can cut that off, but I think I will have to brace it somewhere else. So I suppose I could take that off and weld something here onto the floor, onto this, and do it that way. I just haven't made my mind up which way to go. So when I do, I shall come back to you in a bit. Right, it's me again. Still haven't decided which way I'm going to go, but just so a little bit of clarification for people, if you look here, this is where the inner wing or the flitch repair panel will fit. It fits up this line here. As you can see, when you come around here, the holes there line up for the hinges for the panel, and that's the vent hole. And then when we come on the inside here, the closure panel is there and runs down, and this line here, which, you know, it's not quite touching all the way down, but this is only just clamped together with a couple of more grips, but it does come together when you squeeze it. Comes together quite nicely. So that's just a clarification of how this panel fits. This is actually fitted to the windscreen, and this will come down onto the sill, come doorstep, whichever. And this is the flitch panel, repair panel, which, as I said, I probably won't use, but it came with the car and might be used on another one at some stage. So there we are. Still haven't made my mind up where to go over here. I think what I will probably do is I'll order the inner wing in the morning and see if I can get some sort of a delivery date off them, which I probably won't, because when I ordered the other panels they said it would be picked up. I phoned them on a Monday, they said it'd be picked up on a Tuesday and delivered to me Wednesday or Thursday, and I didn't have it till the following Friday. So what I think I'll do, I'll cut the wing off, and then once the wing is off I can then start drilling out all the spot welds. And then what I'll probably do then is, as I said earlier, I'll put some bracing off this floor pan here onto this brace, and then I'll be able to take that flitch panel, as they call it, which is part of the inner wing, off. There we are. I don't know whether anybody looking at this has done this job or can let me know, but if you can, it'll be grateful, but it'd have to be in the next 12 hours, 14 hours, anybody's seeing it. They are advertising an inner wing panel, and this is a heritage panel, which comes with the A panel itself. Now it works out cheaper that way, but I'm not entirely sure whether I like the idea of having it with the A panel, because the panels, when they're in delivery, they do tend to get a little bit of beating about, so I'm not sure whether it's advisable to buy it with the A panel, or whether just to buy the A panel separately and fit it. So if anybody has any ideas or any thoughts, please let me know. Other than that, I shall be back in the next day or so with pictures of me cutting the wing off and drilling out the inner wing to get it out of the way. There we are, that's it for today. Hope everybody's fine. If there's anything you need to ask, you're more than welcome to ask, and I'll try my best to answer you. Thank you. Bye.